So I was at work today, and I was the only manager on duty. So as I was just about to leave, one of the people from the kitchen come to me and say, "Oh, Miguel, we're out of ice. The machine broke down or whatever." I said, "Okay. So how many bags do you need?" And they said, "Oh, 2 bags." I said, "Okay, that's cool." So I went to 7-Eleven, and on the way to 7-Eleven, I got this quick picture flash in my head, and the picture was of this tall white guy with earrings and with his blonde hair combed forward and up, and a message that says, "God's got you on his mind." So I thought, okay, that's kind of weird. Is that like just me imagining things, or I have just a very active imagination? So well, whatever. So I pull up to the gas station, and I look to see maybe the guy's there at the register. But then when I look, it's like some Mexican guy. So I'm like, oh, okay, good. So I go inside the store, and as I go to get the ice, I'm looking down one aisle just to make sure I don't see this guy. And it's like some lady that's there. And then, and there was just some other people that had come in, and I said, okay, ooh, looks like I'm safe. So I go and get the ice, and as I'm just about to get into line, a guy comes in with his son, and I didn't get a chance to really see his face until I got right behind him with my ice. And I look at him, and it's the exact guy from the picture I got in my head. And so I'm like, just kind of freeze. I kind of freak out and even get like some goosebumps thinking, oh my goodness. And to make things worse, I'm thinking, okay, so now I'm going to have to approach this guy with this, what seems to be like a random message, but his son is there trying to pay for something, and he swipes his card and it's declined. So now this guy's mad at his son. The dad's like, oh, well, guess this means I have to take care of it. And he pulls out his card, and the son's like, thanks, Dad. And then the dad's like, well, don't thank me. You shouldn't be doing this. Now you're working. I shouldn't be having to pay for your stuff. So, I'm watching this happen in front of me. And I'm just like, oh, man. So I got to confront this guy. And, here he is already upset about something. So I'm just like, oh, God, help me. So he leaves with his son. And as he's leaving, I'm there getting ready to pay for the ice. And I'm kind of looking at him like, oh, man, like, I got to run out there and try to chase him down. But thankfully, as I pay for the ice and look, he like grabs something from his car and then goes back to like the trash can to throw it out. So it buys me some time. So I go ahead and buy the ice, and I just kind of walk out of the store, and I approach him and I say, "Excuse me, sir." He turns and looks. I say, "I know this may sound kind of weird, but for some reason, God wants you to know that he's got you on his mind. And I know that's weird, but for some reason, he wanted me to tell you this." And the crazy thing is, despite him being angry and stuff, he just kind of froze. And after I said that to him, he just said, "Thank you. I really appreciate that." And then he went back to his car, and I went to mine. And as I got into the car, I was just thinking, like, man, God, that just seems so random. Like, it's just such a random message. What does that even mean? And one of the things that he impressed me with was, you may not understand why I had you tell him that, but he's going to in a little while. And that just blew my mind, because I just realized, man, this is so much bigger than what I'm viewing it as. This is so much greater, and something so much more in depth to be a part of. So that's just a exciting experience.
It's crazy.